did not have Deloa's blessing this day.
We gather today to see which of these bandits, these goons, these ne'er-do-wells have the right to call themselves true Courtierans! Only the last one standing would have earned that honor. And this likely won't be a clean fight, so keep your distance, eh? Now, are we ready? This is a day for Courtierans! Good save, good save. Oh, oopsie daisy! Friends, we gather today to see which ears and noses will litter the floors today. Oi, now, there will be blood. Have patience. You die, but not as a true cult tyrant.
causing the problem, Steam. Try giving this directory steam.exe, then right-click on it and select Properties. Then, make sure it's OK to directory. Select the Steam starts. Click Apply Overlay before you select Settings to open.
Blood and thunder.
Need to get closer.
How old was she?
Late 40s.
Ah, she could get the smoke.
Can you confirm? I would say early to late 60s.
No, here's what happened. Here's what happened. Someone, she.
Logan was also stealing pumpkins.
Oh, he did?
You were.
Stealing
He got out of the car.
I wasn't
stole-
stealing them.
Bro, let me-
I was giving them to the other attendants.
My ears are burning because somebody like, how do we?
No, bro, we're sitting there for an hour. We paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to sit there for an hour. And so, yeah, there was like thousands of pumpkins, and I was gifting them to the people in line. Everyone's like, Logan, can we get a pumpkin?
Now you're a different character. I'll tell you why. You've spent a lot of money on Pokemon cards, but you get pissed about $99 for pumpkins.
Bro, my time is precious.
Oh my God, that's a whole different story. We have a guest today.
Let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the industry innovator, the maker of markets. You work for the network. This man is the network. It's the president of Barstool Sports. It's Dave fucking Portnoy.
Hey.
Legend. Dave.
Fair, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Fair enough for this episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
We
got it.
fucking got him.
You're in LA.
I am in LA.
We are so glad to have you on this podcast.
I know you sucks my dick.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
You're already my favorite guest. Nice to meet you.
Listen, I'm happy. I'm actually happy to admit it. I'm a huge
I
fan.
think it's a compliment. I get people sending me stuff.
In my age demo, it's with Internet Senior Citizens Group, so I respect a lot. East Coast guys spend a lot of time on there talking to myself. Yeah. Where are you from? From Connecticut. Not New York. Alright. But, Dave, I gotta ask you this question. As a fan and a follower, I'm gonna start asking you what you really are, but I wanna ask you this question instead first. How many sex tapes do you have on the opening market right now?
So they were made. I don't know who released it. I don't know how they got out. And I don't care. I really don't care about myself. I do feel bad for the girls. They don't want out and they're old. So there's two out. Hopefully that's the end of it. Surprise me.
Tiger today is trending.
I thought he was doing his own. Like he was gonna put his own dick.
No.
Chicks pay. I
No.
don't know.
He's invested. He's done a lot of things. More companies. I think it's his own Also, he goes. So, like, at what point does he got excused? The question I was going to ask you. You do a lot of things. Are you a stock trader, a sports book maker, brand builder, goldfish trader? What are
A little everything. It's a little everything.
working on the expansion.
It'll be every state that we're so the company that bought us, Penn National, they're actually like the largest regional casino.
Right.
A lot they're different names. So like at one point they owned the Tropicana dump, but so they have a lot of casinos you've probably heard of. But it will be in every state that's legal eventually. Hopefully by the end of like 2021. So,
I invested a bit in Penn.
good.
And
at what price?
I actually don't
Like what, last
know.
week?
Oh, well,
Yeah,
then
He's late.
Yeah,
Yeah,
late
But
to
it's
the
still
game.
a great time to
Yeah.
get involved.
But I mean, it was at 4. No, I didn't even buy it at
Can't
4.
fucking
Someone
believe it.
advised me, and I gotta stop not listening to like my trusted advisor. Someone advised me to invest at 4. And
Well,
I-
you could have made more money than like God if you invested
I
at
know.
4 because that's 70 right now.
I know.
What do you got going on? It's like there's
Bro-
people carrying
brother,
shit.
I
I
have
didn't
a-
even.
I
This
have
looked
a-
like Wayne's World out here. We knew it was your house because it looks like it would be your house.
Yeah, I have a 200-year-old eucalyptus tree in the back.
Yeah.
That is dying. The branches collapse, and it's getting dangerous, and so they're cleaning it up, and it's massive. I said though I don't want to chop it down. It's the reason I bought this house. When that tree goes, I go. Like I have to move out of this house.
But it's going.
How long
right
have you
now.
been here for?
2.5 years.
How
3
many
years?
people live in here? Like these people? Who are these people? Who are just hanging out on
Caleb,
couches?
can we get a 360? We got a bit of a live audience. What we got? Justin, we got Eric, we got George's girlfriend Belle, and we got Amara Maple.
And they just sit and watch. Is that what it is?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
it's an open format.
He called her Amar Maple. You may know her as Lana Rhodes. She was the guest of last week's Call Her Daddy episode.
Oh, all right.
Which
Yeah,
is,
yeah. Alex texted me on the way over. She's like, I heard you going on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Massive, interconnected story. Call Her Daddy. That has done wonders for your brand. You've done wonders for their brand, obviously. We're a little bit interwoven in this story. I gotta ask you this question.
You're interwoven with it?
Well, we've had him on the show.
Yeah.
We've had him on the show. We talk about him a lot. I would call him like our sister podcast.
Right.
Maybe that's showing a little bit too much respect to ourselves. Do you think Logan Paul was partially to blame for the Sophia Alex breakup?
I think he put ideas in their head when they came here, like, hey, you guys are being underpaid. I think that was when a lot of it started because I fucking yelled at them right after the way they conducted themselves and they did some of their answers. I don't have proof of that, but I think you were like, you guys are doing this.
So Logan's a piece of shit.
No. I mean, it's to whatever.
You know
it's
what?
everything's
I'll be
different.
right back.
I heard your reaction to their to whatever.
You know
it's
what?
everything's
I'll be
different.
right back.
I heard your reaction to their breakup, and it's like a band thing. I get they want more, and if they were independent, they get more.
Right.
But they also, if they didn't sign with us, people may not know who they were. You know.
And we understood that.
Yeah.
We said that. Yeah. The reason he asked is this dude Eddie Barstool. He said this, and I'm actually not. I'm gonna
I
stick up
agree
for
with that.
myself here.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah, what?
I don't know when he said that.
He said, "Can I say something else?" I think the Call Her Daddy girl's mind started changing once they started
I
hanging out
agree
with
with
those
that.
Paul brothers.
I agree
Well,
with that.
There's only one of me here.
No, when it was there, but part of that too.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, for the
Pizza?
love of God.
Listen, Logan's a dickhead, so I thought I'd bring your second favorite place. not your
Mulberry's not
first, because
bad.
that's
Have
really
you
fucking
had-
far. And
Mulberry's not bad.
Have you had the LA version?
Yeah.
You have?
he
The
rated
one on
it
Mulberry.
7.5.
Or the
So
one
I
Beverly
should-
Hills.
Wait,
Let's finish CHD.
Stay on,
Let's
on
finish
topic
CHD,
here.
yeah.
Fuck the pizza.
We'll
No, it was a great
we'll get to the
play.
pizza.
Strong play.
But the Call Her Daddy girls, I really don't think I was the impetus for that. I really don't.
I think it was in your.
because
I think it was going to happen no matter what. But I think you were. I think you were what started it. Like
The
there was a
se-
little
the
bit of
se-
a change when they went to LA. And by the way, like I think I was the one who coordinated originally. Like I knew your brother like was in our
yeah.
headquarters, and they had a bunch of different stuff they wanted to do. And however that came about, like I was for it. But they definitely when they went to LA, their mindset had changed a little bit when they came back.
I didn't plant the seed in their head because we had talked. We were like, "Yo, these girls are great. I wonder what their deal is." So we asked, and when they said, I think my reactions were a bit visceral, and it maybe got them thinking. And
By the way, their original deal was fucking pretty good for them. Like
Yeah.
they were nobodies. They had
Are you
nobody
familiar-
listening.
and this
So
is
it was
gonna
like
get
I
a
think
little
70
weird.
grand
So
a year.
Jay Alvarez
like
has
it-
the
for
sex tape. Do you know
no-
who he is, Josh?
The travel guy.
He had a sex tape come out that's kind of going viral. I haven't seen it. Like, what's the plan? Are we planning on watching this?
Right,
Like,
because
what
I
do we
saw
do?
I saw the
seen it
link,
plenty of
Dave.
times.
I saw a link and it says link to the video. That concerned me because I was like, are we just about to watch this naked dude for 5-10 minutes on BFFs this morning? Is that what I'm getting ready for at 8:30 in the morning?
It's only a minute.
Should we watch
You
it?
need to watch it because you need to see how it's produced. It's produced like one of his travel vlogs.
Okay. All right. Fucking let's watch some porn.
Ah, fuck. All right, some BFFs watching porn. Let's do it.
This can't be good for TikTok. It is. I see it everywhere.
So let's go to let's call on. Do you guys have his Skype name? Yeah. So call in Kevin Blatt, the sex tape broker.
So this is what this guy does?
Yes.
Oh, do I have a deal for you?
Tape. He was involved with the Kim K tape. Apparently, he's got videos of Charlie Sheen sucking dick. Like, I don't know.
For real?
It's yes. It's like he can't talk about a lot of them, but he.
But he can talk about mine, I guess.
Come on, I did my
I
research
guess
on
you
you,
did.
pal.
I mean, I don't know what we're doing. So we're giving the background. This guy emailed me, I don't know, a couple days ago out of the blue. He's basically like, for lack of better words, said he was a Hollywood like fixer of sorts. So I'm thinking like Ray Donovan. He's basically, I have a sex tape being shopped that somebody's trying to sell to him, and maybe send a Pornhub. And he said he was a fan, and I don't know what that meant exactly, but like if I want to try to stop it, was his area of expertise. And I sent it to you, Eddie, and I was like, we might as well talk about it. And here is where we are at this point.
So consequently, I got involved in the adult industry many, many years ago. In fact, I met you on the red carpet at about, I think, 2014, maybe 2015.
Yeah, the AVNs?
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. You cut out there
Yes.
for a second, but yeah.
Yes. So having worked the adult industry, people started finding me to get on Howard Stern and other various platforms because I was kind of a PR/marketing guy. And that's when the Paris Hilton sex tape came along. And we put that out, never thinking in a million years in 2003 that this would be something I'd still be fucking talking about in 2020. But here we are. So Kim Kardashian, Colin Farrell, Cameron Diaz, Vern Troyer, there's so many, the list goes on and on and on. Many athletes, many rappers.
I did
Lots
not
of people.
think in a bazillion years that would end up on this list of people. So like I said, I got the email a couple days ago, and it was like, hey, I'm a fan. This is being shopped around. So what happens? Someone's like, Dave Portnoy sex tape subject line?
Kind of. I got hit up on a direct message on Instagram, and the gentleman told me, hey, I've got a sex tape of Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports. You might know who he is. He's with a blonde girl, and it's really kinky. And I said, all right, well, guy, you're talking to a guy who's been in the porn industry for like 20 years, so what's kinky? Like, is the guy like hanging upside down? Well, what the hell's he doing? And they said, well, he's got some type of ligature around her neck, and he's doing her from behind. And I go, I'm not hearing anything kinky here. This just sounds like sex to me. And I said, well, you're going to have to send me a few screenshots just to ascertain it really is him, because obviously I'm hip to Barstool Sports and the pizza reviews and everything else. So sent it over to me, and I don't know if this is okay. I mean, there's no nudity on this, but I could just show you one.
Yeah.
this
Well,
person?
yep. How the fuck does that get out?
I don't know. You look pretty good. I'll give you that. I mean, I wish I was in as good a shape as you are, but
Fuck. It's like, all right. Yeah, I mean, Yeah,
You recognize
yeah.
this
Well,
person?
yep. How the fuck does that get out?
I don't know. You look pretty good. I'll give you that. I mean, I wish I was in as good a shape as you are. But
Fuck. It's like, all right. Yeah, I mean, listen, first of all, I didn't respond. I didn't know what to make of it, and you get hit up by that. Like you said, you're a fan. It's like, is this guy trying to get money from me? What's he trying to do? I never really know. I would love to know what type of scumbag is pushing that, but I already have a couple out there. So it's like, you know, I really – the only thing I care about in these situations is the girl's face. Like, I feel terrible for the girl. Like, the girl didn't sign up for that, for her face to be out there. But I don't care about me. It's like everyone's already seen me fuck. It's already out there. So I don't care. Like, I don't care at all about me. I just care the girl. It's like the girl gets her fucking life kind of dragged through the ringer for a couple weeks, you know, if it comes out.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, you're actually doing what I advise 90% of the people that come to me to do, and that is to confront it, be open about it. It's sex. All of us wouldn't be here if it weren't for sex. However, you're in a different situation. You are owned by a public company. Sometimes these things could affect stocks.
Right.
I mean, you just don't know. I mean, in this case, there really is. I mean, look, I had a situation arise not that long ago with the owner of Guess, a guy named Paul Marciano. And girls were coming to me and they're saying, oh, this guy was doing this and doing that. And I said to the guy, listen, if I were you, I'd throw a couple bucks at her and make her go away because you just don't need this to affect your business. And he was defiant. The fucker, I'm not going to give her anything, blah, 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 blah. And I said, look, hey, you know, listen, throw her something. I think I gave her 10 grand or something and just said, look, I'll buy in your story. Just be quiet. And 2 weeks later, Kate Upton came out of nowhere with the same story, which made all these other girls come out of everywhere. And if you remember, it cost him like $200 million in stock. And then they took his job away from him, so he wasn't able to recruit models anymore. So that's
I mean, I get that. I get that. I mean, I have consensual sex. Breaking news, like what you said. I'm a single, like 43-year-old guy that likes to fuck. So yes, but it's it is now. Like you said, they could sell to Pornhub. Like Pornhub's not gonna fucking buy that. That's illegal, right? Like they took down everything because it's our copyright. I don't know who got it. I don't know how they got it. I don't know who the person selling it is. But that in itself is illegal, isn't it?
So the way it works is this. Okay, in order to put out a legal sex tape, there's a law called USC 2257, which basically states that all the parties are basically giving their rights for their exploitation commercially for a sex tape. If you don't have the two people, like you and this blonde, signing off on it, then it's not a legal sex tape and you can't commercially put it out. However, I used to work with Pornhub. I used to do their PR for many years, so I can tell you that what happens is somebody uploads it, a community member uploads it to them, then it ends up on their platform. And, you know, once it's out there, you know, once the genie's out of the bottle, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. So once it's out there, what happens is your lawyers send what's called a DMCA notice to Pornhub. It's a Digital Millennium Copyright Act notice that tells them that they're in violation of a video that does not have the proper paperwork. And then they have to take it down. Now, the loophole there is Pornhub does this all day long with all kinds of copywritten material. So it's kind of a vicious cycle. So you basically send in the DMCA notice, they take it down, and then 2 days later somebody puts it back up again.
Yeah, we were pretty good with it. Like, so my previous one, I was the number one, somebody in the unboxing, when we opened the gift, sent me like a framed actually thing. I was the number one search trend on Pornhub. But we got that down, and it's not back up. Like, they don't fuck with it. Like, the old ones, people look for them. We wiped them. This one, you can end up on Reddit or different things, but whoever our lawyers are have done a decent job of being like, get this off, get this totally off.
Well, it's funny because, again, doing my research, I'd comb the web to find the initial tape that I'd heard about. Can't find it anywhere. And that is so unbelievable that you must have some either fucking great attorneys or they must really like you over at Pornhub and the other places because I've never seen it. Colin Farrell hasn't been as lucky as you. Even though I took that thing off the market, there's still a video on Pornhub of Colin Farrell and Nicole Narain. It's crazy that yours is just been deleted from the web. Never seen that
Maybe
before
they do like me. I don't know. I mean, and I assume with this one, it's just a matter of time. Like once it starts getting shopped, and I've known it. Like I knew I had a sex tape out there because people tried to like blackmail me before it came out. So I kind of figured when you sent me that, it was going to be the same one. What you just showed me was not the same one, so that's
Right.
a little bit disturbing.
No.
But I would like to hunt down the person doing it and ruin his life.
Well, here's the thing. So what was told to me, and again, don't shoot the messenger. This is what was said to me. The guy had hit me up, some kid. Do you know anybody in North Carolina?
No. I mean, maybe.
So the kid resides in North Carolina. Tells me he's on a group text with a friend of his in Annapolis, Maryland, who's friends with this girl. And the girl sent him the video, which is 44 seconds in length. And this kid, unbeknownst to his friend, and obviously the girl, comes to me to try to sell it because, you know, I'm like the Fred G. Sanford of
So he like
celebrity
Googled you
sex
or
tapes
something?
over
He's
here,
like
right? So,
celebrity sex tapes and you come up.
right, which
Yep.
is why I do shows like this. I mean, in addition to everything else I do, it brings people to me, and then in actuality, I buy it up and I make it quietly go away for a lot of people. You know, there's a term I use called the dummy tax. Okay, so like Von Miller a couple years ago, a sex tape comes to me from Von Miller. Von Miller wasn't smart enough to realize if you take a sex tape, you should do it on your own phone and not the chick's phone. The chick filmed it, sent it to me. The next thing you know, it gets out there. His lawyer is an idiot. He basically describes who his client is without basically telling who his client is, which got everybody in the media because it was a blind item story originally. And then all of a sudden people put two and two together. Oh, it's Von Miller, right? So that's the kind of stuff that happens. Again, I try to thwart these things and stifle them. But initially, you know, when I contacted you, I'm going, okay, he's going to definitely freak out and he's going to think I'm trying to shake him down. Because 90% of the time, that's what the celebrities do. And then when they realize I'm friend and not foe, we work together. In your case, not being married, not having kids, not having a girlfriend works in your favor because you're not freaked out. You're like, look, I have sex. Big fucking deal. Right? Which is the way you should. This is exactly
like I said,
what
the only
advise
thing,
you to
although
do.
telling the backstory of like the girl sending, then I don't care. It's like, listen, if a girl is like, I'm fine with being on the internet getting fucked by Dave Portnoy, I don't give a fuck. But I don't. So that was made on my phone, but sent to her. So we both had it. It's like a consensual thing, and then who knows? Who knows how to connect the dots or anything like that? But no,
Now,
do
is
I
there a
know somebody in North
possibility-
Carolina? Yeah.
Because you need
Listen,
half and half. Is there a possibility she's giving her 50%,
You got a
and
good
then she
stroke.
wants Dave to give his 50%?
He just
Like, is
gave
she
me a
trying to
compliment.
make money?
Eddie, he just gave me a compliment that you fucking cut him off.
What, do you got a good stroke?
Yeah.
We knew
Yeah,
that. We knew the bag well.
Yeah, you got a good stroke. You know, I would recommend, Dave, if you're interested, I do know a myriad of people in the industry that could possibly use the wood.
You mean like get
You know
paid?
what I'm saying?
Get paid
So,
to
I
be
mean, the
like
wood
a
is there.
porn star. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
because
wouldn't
God
go.
knows you
That
need the money.
probably wouldn't go good for the Penn stock in that case. The other stuff, again, I got to be more careful. Clearly, but the fact that people want to like think anyone would pay to watch me have sex still kind of boggles my mind. Boggles my mind.
Obviously, you have a lot of female fans from your caller daddy, so you just never know who you can meet along the way. Because, like I said, this is not a situation where I would say, "Oh, this is terrible." It's not like Screech from Saved by the
Right.
Bell. You're not doing a dirty Sanchez. You're not like, this isn't abnormal sex. It's not a kid. It's not an animal. So, I mean, look, Dave Portnoy having
Does
sex.
Dave's dick make an appearance in this one?
And
What?
not bad.
Does Dave's dick make an appearance?
I did not see the dick because of the positioning. But I am going to assume. I mean, look, some of us Jew boys, we got it like that. Others not so good. But like I said, big fan. Definitely like your work.
All right, I
This doesn't
appreciate it.
turn
And
me
like I
off,
said,
though.
that was my impression when I saw the email. I didn't know what to make. I didn't really care because it was already out. But I go on you. I was like, I obviously a fan. I thought it was not a shakedown, but it's like, all right, this is my job. Pay me, and I'll stop it. But it once the internet gets going. And by the way, this is never going to stop. I know this is not going to stop for me because I was loosey goosey back in the day. And there's just shit out there. I know that. Like the first one that came out, I was dating a girl at the time, and I warned her. I'm like, I know this is out, and I've been threatened with it. It's old, and it'll probably come out at some time, and it did. So what are you gonna do? I won't. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say the other side of it is I get shopped so many things, and what constitutes fame these days? You know, if somebody's on a reality show now, and the guy was banging her 5 years ago when she was basically nobody, who would ever think in a million years that sex tape is going to make it, you know, online? But this is the kind of world we live in now, where everybody's famous for 15 minutes, and you know, I get something like I remember years ago, Derek Jeter had a girlfriend named Minka Kelly, and bro, most amazing tape I've ever seen. But again,
infinity dollars for that sex tape. I didn't. That's like news to me. I didn't even know that existed.
That's because I do good work. But it wasn't with Derek Jeter. It was with an ex-boyfriend of hers from New Mexico many, many years ago. And
existed.
That's
infinity
Derek Jeter's got
dollars.
Derek Jeter had a girlfriend named Minka. It's something like I remember years ago. Derek Jeter had a girlfriend named Minka Kelly, and bro, most amazing tape I've ever seen. But again,
infinity dollars for that sex tape. I didn't. That's like news to me. I didn't even know that existed.
That's because I do good work. But it wasn't with Derek Jeter. It was with an ex-boyfriend of hers from New Mexico many, many years ago. And bro, I gotta tell you something. Hot. Alicia Cuthbert.
That one hit. That one parts
with
of that I believe did hit, right? Like I feel like I knew that existed.
There's a fake. There's a bunch of stills of her that's been faked, but you know, she's kind of gotten back into obscurity, so it's not like, buddy. She was married to the pitcher.
No, that's Kate Upton.
Verlander, right? From Detroit.
She was a hockey
that's
player.
Kate Upton. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Cuthbert was with the hockey player, right?
Jesus.
So yeah, that was a good one.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, but then it's the gay stuff that I get too. That's the ones where people pay more. Like I had a tape many years ago of a very famous Boston Celtic, and yes, I could probably tell you off air because God knows I don't need any more lawsuits this week. But when I tell you, you're gonna go, all right, I kind of see it.
I'm at a loss. You're gonna have to tell me off air. I am absolutely at a loss at who that could be. What time frame? What years are we talking about?
Not that long ago. Probably about 5 years ago. But played 10 to.
I have somebody in my mind. I'm not gonna say it out loud either, but I'll do it after.
Let the game call me!
I'm out of range. It's too far away.
Finish him! Yes! 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 All you weaklings do is run around! Finish him! Finish her!
Still recharging.
Finisher!
I don't have a target.
You bore me!
All right. Yeah, that's crazy.
We'll
Well, I
talk off
appreciate you coming on. I appreciate now that I've gotten to meet you, even though you're wearing the Ohio State shirt, that it was out of like, hey, let me do you this favor. Like I said, I'd love to know who it is, and just that's the one thing other than these celebrities, and I don't know how to find the people who are at the bottom of this, but if I ever did, I would ruin their lives. Like, I don't think celebrities are necessarily like I would put my arm, I would do everything in my power with what is at my like disposal on the internet and like troll. I would go all in on these people. And again, not for me, unless the girl is like, yeah, I'm fine with it. But I have a hard time believing that's the case.
You and I are a lot alike, Dave. In fact, I get yelled at all the time for not. I don't just burn bridges.
Yeah.
I blow them the fuck up. So I need to learn to be a little more civil as I'm 51 now, and I need to calm down. But I'm with you, bro. Somebody's trying to discredit me or trying to, smudge my name.
Right.
I'm going to go after them full time. And that's what my services basically entail. That's why, that's why I'm basically here. I wasn't looking to make millions of dollars on this thing because I'm going to be honest with you on the second part of this. Male sex tapes don't make any money. And I know I'm probably cannibalizing my business to your audience by saying that, but nobody's looking for guys banging girls. They're looking at dick. They're
100%.
looking at a hot chick getting banged. You're
100%.
secondary. You're secondary. They don't want to see that. So that's why Colin Farrell and all these other sex tapes, Dustin Diamond.
All right,
nobody
I
gives a
appreciate it. We'll have to connect after and figure out the Celtics player.
In future, if you had a movie that didn't do so well, would you wallow in the bad reviews? Or
No,
would you
now I try and stay out. I mean, yeah, and stay away from, the internet.
Oh, of course, we know there was some footage of you on the internet that was available for. I don't know if you saw it. You probably didn't
mass
need it.
consumption, but.
Well, people did look.
Oh man, yeah.
That must be. What happens there? How did that sneak out?
Expensive 14 minutes is what that was.
How do you process that kind of thing?
It seemed like a good idea at the time. Two adults having fun. Oh, video camera.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing
No,
wrong with
there
that.
wasn't
As long as you
anything wrong
don't
with
let the tape get into the wrong hands.
Well, that's it. And at the end of the deposition, because it was all very.
I need to get closer.
officious in a law office in Los Angeles, and the man that was in charge said, well, you've learned your lesson, I hope, Mr. Farrell. And I said, absolutely, next time I take the tape with me.
Was it for you to look back on later, though?
No, it's all not about that. It's the kind of some pseudo taboo thing about video camera. It wasn't about playing it back or anything, but I don't know what it was about. I think I was high. That's probably more what it was about.
Probably was just a little bit. You make bad decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it maybe won you some fans as well, because a lot of people I know watched it said,
really?
Boy, he's a well-developed young fella. He's puberty was kind to this boy. You know, yeah.
It's not so bad. I might have got some of my better reviews, which would be depressing. But I just wanted to make sure, you know, because the whole thing, I got offered a pile of money to sign off on it and have it in on command in hotels and stuff. Could you imagine if my mother came along and, God forbid, she'd tell me something like, "Oh, you remind me of your father at certain angles." So I couldn't have that. So
I didn't see his tape. How did that go down? Was that? Well, you know, here's the thing. Surely, if your mum was in a hotel and it was offered Colin Farrell,
well, anything that I do was the problem. Well, anything that I do, she might have just seen the name.
Oh,
and
I'd just check it out to see what it's looking like.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Nothing. And it was like Sophia had a job at, what's this, some...
Like Baby Gapper.
No, she was like at a financial firm. She was,
right.
So we didn't even know she existed until Alex met. She's like, hey, I have this partner. You're going to have to hire her too. I was like, fine, we'll do both. And then they exploded so fast.
So quick.
And we gave them raises. They were always a little bit coy with what was going on. But it's the same thing I always said. At the end of your contract, go be multimillionaires. So, but I do think it started with that. Here.
Who discovered them? That was a bit of a gold mine.
Who discovered them?
Yeah.
So the backstory on that. So me and my business guy, that's who I worked forever. Alex's ex and a girl that I used to hook up with had history, so we were following Alex. Okay. And Alex, when she was dating the picture there, Syndergaard, was like fucking putting shit in his face in front row. She made a little like teaser for Call Her Daddy, like the first one. I followed her. Called her in. I met with Alex, and it looked so slick. Like he made this whole thing. How did you edit it? Like I learned how to do it all. Yeah, right. So I think they have one episode. So you saw it right at the beginning.
To be able to recognize talent in that way and the reality of what that podcast would be is
well, we had no
impressive.
idea. I mean, I've had some, well, no, we thought it could work, but it's no different. I mean, we had this conversation with Alex when shit was starting to go bad. You know, we're investing in this podcast. It's not like, we're still paying those contracts. So the one that hits, that kind of funds the whole thing. When the one that hits is like, hey, we're gonna quit, or you get the whole model blows up, you know? It's like a band model. It's no different than when like a band hits it or a musician, like, I want out of this record deal. Right. It's like, well, we signed you so you'd be big.
I feel like there's few times where that's not inevitable. Like
always.
When you sign talent, and my brothers went through this with Team 10, we've seen it in every like Hollywood model where the network, the industry, the guy is signing talent. Eventually the talent's like, hey man, like they forget where they came from. And
it's 100%.
How can you avoid that? Like,
you can't.
How did that not happen with Eminem and Dre? You know what I'm saying? Like how did that not happen with them?
Because that's brotherhood, bro. Like that guy was poor, bro. He put food in his mouth. There's a difference. Like this girl had her own life and did her own thing, so it's hard to like move on from that. But when you see somebody literally take you from underwater,
from nothing,
and then stick with you side by side, help you make your decisions, like they didn't fucking leave each other's hips.
In our world too, I get it. I always try to put like, you know, you don't know, are they going to be like hot in a year? So it's like you want to strike. Well, you know, it's hot and everyone's putting shit in your ears. I mean, we've had it with them. Part of my take's gigantic, and Dan has like been with me forever, and they kind of exploded. It's like, well, you guys are under contract. Now that one's different because they're employees first, but it always happens. It happens not just with podcasts. It happens with everybody.
Truth. I was just going to say the Alex and Sophia breakup, probably one of the biggest stories of 2020.
That was nuts.
Just an absolute bombshell. Created content for all of the platforms across the web. You were talking about it. Alex was talking about it. The whole internet was talking about it. The podcast world was talking about it. Have you talked to Sophia post? Is it all legal shit now? Like, where are you at? You almost her
No,
husband or the guy she was dating is barely above water at this point. Suit man.
Yeah. No, I've heard different rumors, but I haven't talked to her. It's weird because I always thought Sophia liked me more than Alex did. So I was surprised the way like when I found out like Sophia fucking hated me. I knew her boyfriend had an issue with Barstool, which is crazy because he considered himself some like Greek philosopher, like Barstool's fucking sexist. It's like you got your girlfriend's on the raunchiest fucking podcast in the world. Like, what are you talking to us about? So I knew he didn't like us to a degree, but no, I haven't heard. I haven't heard much about Sophia, and I don't know what would happen if they stayed alive. Like once they turned on each other. And Sophia wanted to continue. I mean, Alex wanted to continue because we gave her the brand, which is a no-brainer.
IP, which was a big part of the deal. And you guys both gave Sophia multiple re-entry options, right? There was that rooftop.
The rooftop deal that everyone talks about. They basically bent us over because it was Corona, and we need to pay bills. It's like, fuck it, just go back to work, and we'll give you the thing. You leave, we'll give you the merch business. You'll be fucking multi-millionaires if you wait like 12 months. And Sophia. Whatever reason,
Superman.
Supposedly, that's the story.
Greed is a bitch.
I don't even know that it was greed. It's like her boyfriend supposedly stuck the neck out. No, he was trying to manage.
Bro, he was the impetus.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna shove it all on Superman, but truthfully, and I guess statistically, has the call her daddy brand identity suffered because of Sophia leaving?
No. She's huge. Alex is a fucking superstar. I mean, it's different, but even with me, like, so people know me different ways. People know me from Barstool handing out newspapers, like, 10, 15 years ago. They know me from eating pizza. They know me from the stock market. When I took over, I had Jack Call Daddy feed. Basically, it was like, this is what's happening. There's a whole new world. Girls who had no idea that, like, what the fuck is this guy? She is, even walking down the street, changed a little bit. There was I think what you said. You know Alex. It was crazy.
Superman is not the first person to find into a prolific battle.
I don't give a fuck.
That's 100%.
So it's like people come into my world and like, oh, he's gonna care, and it's like I don't. I have my own world.
and this was the year you truly showed it. As you went to the stock market, you told everybody to, long story short, suck my dick.
Right.
You went against a behemoth in Warren Buffett. A man with so many zeros in his fucking bank account, and you called him washed up.
Yeah, that was kind of a joke but then people took the joke and ran with it. It's like, hey, if they're going to run with the joke, because I basically went in on airlines right when I said I'm going all in on airlines. 10 minutes later, they issued like a release, Berkshire Hathaway, it's like Warren Buffett's out on airlines. So it's like, all right, the airlines skyrocketed like from them. So I just kind of started busting his balls. The guy's 100 years old. So probably, I mean, you're laughing, but like he is. Right. Like I think he's 90, ain't he? Right. So he's really fucking old. And everyone's like, how can you say
he's 90?
Yeah, right. So people, they're like, how can you say he's not in his prime? It's like, the guy's 90. I hope he's not in his fucking prime. So
late bloomer.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, who's in their prime at 90? You're lucky to be alive.
Moses actually killed it at 90.
Yeah?
Never mind. Moving on.
This guy's throwing all sorts of jokes that go right over my head.
He's a heavy Christian. But you got into it with them. I've even seen you go back and forth a little bit with the Winklevosses on the crypto shit. Is that more fun with them?
No, I mean, I was in the Hamptons, and they happened to be like a couple doors down, and I was, the crypto people are awesome. I actually like crypto on Twitter. They're fucking wild. But the Winklevosses like have this thing, and they tried to explain it to me. It made no sense to me. They said Elon Musk, they were dead serious. They said Elon Musk is going to outer space. He's going to mine asteroids for gold. Gold will rain down as plentiful as sand on the earth. They were dead serious. So I know I have nothing against the Winklevosses were exactly like what I expected them to be from the Social Network. Literally, like two.
We're 6'3" and there's two of us.
Yeah,
exactly.
They were exactly like that. Right. So it's interesting. I mean, it's interesting learning all that shit. Scooter Braun was a big one.
Scooter Braun, Scooter fucking Braun. I call it Scooter Braun.
Yeah, that was a lot of LA people like that because I guess he's not used to somebody being like. So the backstory on that, I become friends with Dave Rutman, who's like runs Miami, basically.
Absolutely. Love Grubhub.
So he called me. He's like, hey, that's Scooter Braun on the line. And it's like, you don't have to talk to him, but he wants to talk to you about this Sophia thing. I'm like, tell Scooter, like, whatever we say is on the record. I'll fucking talk to him, but what's he want? Scooter, I don't know what he expected to happen, but he was not expecting to go that way. And we were fine after it, but it's just like, it's kind of like, I don't give a fuck about Scooter Braun or anybody.
Is there
really.
anybody? Anybody?
I mean, I'm like a Jimmy Buffett guy who I had a call with him. I grew up. But, you know, there's people I respect and whatnot. I just don't know. We're in a different world. Like, I think when you're out in LA, it's very different than like our world out in like the East Coast. And we have this rabid fan base that doesn't give a shit really about anything, and neither do I. Like, we operate differently. And maybe you guys don't either, but like Scooter Braun, I don't give a fuck about.
We give them a small fuckless, but it's lowering. My question to you is this. How do you go from I don't give a fuck to becoming an enemy, sworn enemy, quite literally etched in stone? Because I know this is the funniest fucking thing. You engrave your enemy's name on a bottle of champagne, and then you wait for them to fuck up, fail, or lose. Crack it open and celebrate.
Yeah, that I don't. So this started happening. Like Aces started sending. Like I just very vocal, but you know, people like dismiss us or like these guys suck. After one episode, and weeks later he resigned. And he said he had a coke problem. He was getting blackmailed. He was getting blackmailed by his like coke dealer. He had the bottle ready to go. We had the Superman bottle ready to go. We had it was like HBO did like a documentary on us.
Out of range.
On the bottles, like what are they? It's like, yeah, hey, I just put them on the shelf and wait for them to fuck up and then celebrate. She's like, isn't that bad? It's like, yeah, it motivates me though. It does motivate me.
Are you worried about it's almost like even Donald Trump getting COVID, which I want to talk about a little bit. I feel like people were waiting. A lot of people, right?
They've been waiting for 2 decades, and I'm sure there's people out there, but I'm fine with that. Like, I made a lot of enemies, and if we fuck up, I'm sure they'll be the first one. I mean, a lot of people truly don't like me. I mean, a lot of people truly don't like you, right?
Yeah, true, but I would like to believe that the tides are changing. I like to stay optimistic. I've given them in the past, 3-4 years ago, like a solid handful of reasons that I like me. I said, I'm 21, 22. I'm evolving. I'm 25 now. Who knows what I'll be when I'm 30, 35.
See, I haven't evolved. I'm still super petty. Like I always say, like
it's an East Coast thing.
Barstool's like that. Like Barstool's the house that's spiking. Like people hating and doubting. That's what racing is like Ryan. That I look at people like even this latest thing, like the stock market has created so many new enemies for me because like Barstool's gonna fail, Penn stock sucks, this that. They're all like, okay, we'll see. I don't know about money. It's just like fuck you. It's basically
Out of range.
those stocks, like you got money in, and they're all yeah.
American Airlines.
I think that's going. See, I don't think the airlines are too big to fail. Like maybe if you get enough airlines, if one goes out of business, the others, like Spirit, they're still like 70% off what they were. So it just depends. If you're an old person and you need your money soon, probably not. But if you can wait 5 years, like COVID. You're fucking wrong. Eventually. With Alex.
Right.
Like they're all connected. So Soul Cycle, this backstory and that, this is way back. Like, so I was married. And
are you still married?
No, technically. She's like my best friend.
Okay.
So we're like legally separated. But
too far away.
After that, first time people really knew who I was. First girl that I like kind of was seeing a little bit. I was an idiot. I knew I was an idiot, but she ended up fucking her Soul Cycle instructor.
Oh no! Hence why I asked.
And I went fucking, I'd rather the ship burn with me, so I told the whole fucking story. I mean, we shut Soul Cycle down. They had to shut their social media down. They were like, if you see this guy, call 911. Like,
while you were still married, was it a cheating scandal?
No. It was after. It was like right after.
Then why you care?
Because I felt like a fucking idiot. This chick, like, she stole my credit card. She, like, literally...
And paid for the Soul Cycle class.
To pay for the whole thing. I'm like, oh, you're gonna do this? Like, I'm gonna find out.
Out of
and I'm gonna
range.
fucking burn everybody down. And I did.
People were going into the Soul Cycle studio, starting shit with
We were selling
instructors.
t-shirts.
It was a fucking
Cut
mess.
cycle.
I would never want to go on the industry. I would never,
If
ever,
we were to,
ever.
like, burn with this ship, which I very much am, like, I'd rather you burn with me than, like I could have not told you this story. Nobody would know.
Have you always? Or is it because you have a massive, pretty much untouchable, invincible network behind you?
It's always been that. Even before it started, day one, if you go read the first newspapers, it's like, so we're a newspaper when we started. Maybe it is an East Coast thing.
I am very much like that. We've had texts.
You are.
We have texts where they're like, no, you can't do that. And they literally joke around. They'll
need to target
I'll go
something
back to
first.
Arizona. Like, I don't give a
Right.
fuck. But man, you really don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
See, I don't look for the fight. You're like hunting for the fight.
I don't hunt for it. I've always said that, like...
Well, you have a bottle with people's names.
Yeah, but you know what? All those people on there, half of them I wouldn't know if they existed if they didn't come at me. Like, most of the people I fight with, like, I didn't even know who you were until you, like, kind of came at me.
So you're like, if somebody steps up to you, big or small, you're like, all right, fucking go.
I'm getting better at small, avoiding the small because there's so much. But yeah, if you're big and you can't hit. By the way, one time that hasn't been to get better. It's like really but there's people control me. In politics, I think I'm like not political, but people think I am largely like they do Trump. So obviously, whoever you listen to say, politics is nuts right now. Like almost 90% of
Because those people just love to argue.
everyone's like
pissed off at that.
nuts.
You had this
Yep.
massive deal. What was that like? What was it like going to the Oval Office of the current White House,
Yeah.
with this magnet for trouble, and interviewing Donald Trump on on the lawn, right?
Yeah,
Back-
that was surreal. So I got that they let in
Frankie.
yeah.
Oh, that's Frankie?
That's
Yeah, it's Frankie.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes.
That's Frankie. His grin behind the camera. All right, Frankie.
So, like, it was all his people just coming around, Hope Hicks, everyone around just in a circle staring at you. I didn't get to meet him before. He just comes walking. It's like, all right, here we go.
President of the United States.
But I hit him with that Ollie G line.
I was going to say. So,
and then he liked me.
So was that strategic? Because obviously you're a strategic, smart, calculated, charismatic guy. And the first thing you did in the interview was you gave him a nuanced compliment that only a strategic, calculated, smart guy would know. And he loved it. And from then on, you opened him up and had a very good conversation.
I wish I said I didn't even know he'd remember it. I was trying just to legitimately be like, I'm not trying to ambush you, because I thought he was gonna think I was another Ollie G.
Sure.
Because it's like I've never done it, so it's like this is real. I didn't know he loved it. I had no idea. I didn't even know he'd remember, but he loved it.
No, he
He didn't love it that much. If you still pay taxes.
Listen, I wish I didn't have to. If you figure out a way for me to avoid that, I'm in.
That was right around over the summer, right?
Yeah, it was in the middle. Yes.
Because I think it predated a issue and a problem that you couldn't avoid this summer, which was a little bit of trouble over racism in the past.
The BLM
on
stuff.
Barstool, right? And couldn't have happened in a worse year, obviously. What was that like, having to actually deal with something?
Well,
you couldn't talk down, or you had to hit it.
Yeah,
head
that
on.
sucked, and I've talked about this a little bit before. I view my world very much in like a Barstool lens. Like everything's like, how do we get Barstool to the next level? We got 250 employees. Like, how do we pay the bills? How do we do this? How do we do that? A lot of people don't like me, and I'll still like go to my grave. Whoever dug up the old shit was looking. It's like they have to had said something. Now you can argue back and forth. I would never do like the one that really caught that people got mad about. So we did we do Super Bowl parties, and like we had Ja Rule and Ashanti as the Super Bowl, our entertainment. Awesome party, by the way. And to introduce it, I do these emergency press conference, and I'm like, all right, you'll never guess who we have. And I sang Ja Rule's 5 biggest hits, like 30 seconds. One of them has an N-word in it. I sang the lyric, went along. Nobody really said anything in real time. 5 years later, they dug it up. And to me, intent does matter. And now I'm a white middle-class guy. I'm looking from a Barstool perspective. Some of our own employees, that's the only thing I care. They're like, yeah, you didn't apologize right. You put us out on a limb, made us look bad, can't say it. Some of our employees were like, you can fucking say it. It's like in a song, and you have no intent. We know that's nothing. Other like, nope. That sucked because I know myself and I know my intent, but it put me in a weird spot for the first time, and the world's fucking crazy. Do I think personally anyone who looks at that story objectively and be like, he's racist because of that? I'd be like, you're out of your mind if you think that. I believe that. But I also understand I don't have the experiences, of everybody else, certainly not growing up African American, so I got to be better at it. But it was a weird spot.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're in agreement with you there. It's so tough when people go back in time and pull stuff and single it out and don't apply it to the rest of the portfolio.
And not only that, people were like, if he says this publicly, imagine what he's saying privately. And it's like, that's the whole point. I'm on camera all the time, like literally all day writing blogs. I don't use that. The only time I've ever said that word was like literally quoting the lyric. So it sucked, but it is what it is. And we're a little different. Like, I fucking hate Deadspin. It's like they're different now. Yep. But like Deadspin, when a lot of shit was going on, they deleted their entire Twitter catalog, all of it. And I was like, I'm not deleting a fucking thing. If you want to go look at my history, it's all there. I stand behind all of it. I did that. It wasn't like, I didn't think about it. If I thought there was an ounce of racism or something bad, I'm a smart enough guy not to put that online. Like, I knew it was going on. I fucking put it online. That's how, but you live and learn.
Zooming out for a second from Dave Portnoy to the network that is Barstool, and we're in this cancel culture, and obviously people are extremely sensitive at these times. My roommate Evan, Dwarf Mamba, he's a dwarf.
Oh,
legitimate.
Yeah. He wanted me.
I remember this.
He wanted me to ask because I think
we have. Well, are you gonna go on midget versus dwarf?
No. I was gonna say
It's part of it.
Part of it, maybe.
Because
Yeah.
we have like I got a guy Za, a midget from Africa.
What does he prefer to be called?
Like a midget, or a dwarf, or a
Yeah,
little person.
yeah.
He says he doesn't care. People got mad at him.
So Evan's adamant with dwarf and little person. The M word is apparently incredibly offensive to a vast majority of them. And you guys put a post up that said something like, "Would you rather have sex with two midgets at the same time or two 7 foot tall women?" And you guys ended up deleting it.
How recent?
It was maybe what 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
And you guys ended up deleting it because I think there was a bit of heat. And Evan wanted me to ask you because honestly, when we told him you were coming on, he got
Visceral
fired up.
reaction.
He got
Yeah.
fired. He was like, "Ah," and I was like, yo, like he doesn't oversee like what his employees post.
Yeah,
on the-
see, I didn't even know for that happened. But like I didn't know that blog existed. And it didn't not. But we've actually talked to Za a lot about that, and he's like, in a weird way, it does have parallels because he's like, no, you can use it. And to be honest, a lot of things different with this, but words change their meaning, and they almost always end up like whatever may be acceptable. What he says is fine now. A little person, a dwarf.
Dwarf.
Like, all right, to me, like dwarf could be like something in 5 years where it's like really offensive. Like things change. Like I wouldn't know that as myself being like dwarf versus midget. To me, that has absolutely like no difference.
Well,
and by the way, what is? I'd be curious. I don't know.
Well, he's and we all support him. He's
is he gonna
made
like
his,
fucking attack me? Is he gonna be
No,
like
no,
fucking
man,
running,
no,
like
no,
hanging on my leg as I'm walking down?
No,
the-
because he opened up and he was willing to listen. Obviously, it hits home for him, and he's like taking the stance of educating people
Yeah.
about the nuances of what it is.
Right.
it
See,
means to
I'd
be a
have no
little person.
idea. Like to me, those two words.
Interchangeable.
Like yeah, I don't know what the origin of why saying midget. Like, what's the negative? To me, that just literally means what it is. Like you're short.
It's like their equivalent of other really insensitive words. The issue with the approach in that community is that there are many people like the guy that you know who are okay with it going
Right.
both ways. And I think that now I think as you know, public figures, we always have to assume that it's going to be insensitive, right? We kind of have to do that. But it really is tough when you don't have a unified front from a sensitive or mismanaged whatever group,
Marginalized group.
saying that we feel this way. You have half the community saying it's okay.
Right. And we're like, we do consider ourselves a comedy site. And part of the issue is if you start just everything is like offensive, it's intent. Like, I'm Jewish. I've been called like an anti-Semite a million times. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? How can that be? So, you know, there is something I think to be said for what we do where we're equal opportunity. Like you look at, like, could The Office be made now? Probably not. It's like the best fucking show of all time. Could like
All the
something
sitcoms
about
back in the
Mary?
day.
Could that be
Family
done?
Guy, no.
Yeah,
South
so
Park,
it's like
absolutely fucking
Three's
not, no.
Company,
Yeah.
dude.
everybody's
no way.
like hackles are up, and to a degree, there's certain words. Obviously, we're not trying to make people feel bad ever. It's to make people laugh, and I do think intent matters. But there is a part like, what, are we just gonna get rid of comedy? Is everybody gonna be offended by
It
everything?
comes from
This
dark
is like
places.
we're getting there.
This is what I was going to ask, leading from that conversation, because I spoke with Evan. I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll bring it up. I'm curious to see how you guys stay true to the Barstool identity, the brand identity. Like, I don't give a fuck. You guys are kind of a little reckless. You
Yeah.
kinda, it's comedy. You make fun of everyone. Stay true to that while also balancing and being aware of the precarious times that is social.
Yeah, I think intent matters if enough people are truly offended. And a lot of times, as this may seem like dumb, but it's like people I respect, like if people that I trust. I know there's a large group of people who don't like me. It doesn't matter what I say. If I say the sky's blue, they'll be like, no, it's not. It's fucking green, you asshole. But if there's people who, you know, I think are using common sense and they're like, you got to watch it there, I'll listen.
Your inner circle.
Right,
especially,
yeah,
right?
yeah. People I trust, or even beyond that. Like people who don't have an axe to grind with me. That's one. A lot of people have an axe to grind. It doesn't matter what comes out of my mouth. They don't read what I say and they fucking are mad.
I get that.
But if it's more like they're giving it an honest effort and they're not being mad just to be mad, I'll listen to what they're saying.
The people who don't like you, are they in the no fun club?
Yeah, big time.
Big time.
Big time no fun.
Karens.
Yeah, that's the new word. The no fun. It's again, there's this chick who fucking hated us at Deadspin. And this is an example. Drew Brees broke, I think, the TD record, yardage record. He had his daughter, his 2 sons out on the field at the 50-yard line. He's like, see, boys, you can accomplish anything. And this girl ripped them because, like, what about your daughter? You didn't say – it's like, that's a no fun club person. That's somebody who's taking things a little bit too far. So that's somebody I'm going to pay no mind because they're going to be mad about everything.
Everything.
But
these people
right,
suck.
Right. And a lot of them are out there, and it is a crazy time. And, you know, I've been doing it forever. I think Trump is a huge fucking part of it. It's just broke a lot of people's brains.
Yeah.
Like, they can't get past it.
Short circuit.
Yeah, and it's like everything goes back to everything, and they just fucking lose it.
So speaking of the No Fun Club, speaking of Trump, COVID, huge, major No Fun Club participant. You've had COVID over 100 times.
I've had it at least twice.
Are you
I know
serious?
for a fact. I got one like documented, and I know I had it in March. I didn't get tested, but I had the same exact symptoms. I'm like, I think I got it. Didn't get tested. Then I got it in August. Did get tested positive.
Holy shit. Have you fully recovered?
Yeah, oh yeah.
No, you could smell everything.
Yeah, I never lost smell.
Everything's working right in the nasal cavity.
Yeah,
There's no issues up there.
I was just exhausted. Like, couldn't get out of bed for 2 days, sweaty, and then I'd be wiped out in the evening, like 7 o'clock. Super tired, but I didn't lose smell and body aches. I never get body aches.
Were you responsible if you got an I fuck DM from the hottest chick on Instagram while you had COVID? You would have obviously.
No, I wouldn't. Not because I had COVID. I was that tired.
Just exhausted.
No energy for sex,
Yeah,
dude.
it wasn't. If you're saying like the hottest chick on Instagram, it wasn't because like whatever. I'll give her
asked the
COVID.
wrong question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and plus, if you're like the hottest chick on Instagram, you're probably like 20s and you'll get over COVID.
Yeah, not sex. Below job. If it was a below job, you didn't have to do anything.
Nothing. I was gassed.
Nothing.
It wiped me
Couldn't
out.
even get it up.
Wiped
Exhausted.
out. Wiped out.
So you had COVID, Trump, COVID.
Yep.
Huge story out today. Cam Newton out
I know.
this week.
Yeah.
COVID.
Tough.
Even some are saying Randolph the Goldfish potentially dead from COVID this year.
Good going there. No, I took a long vacation and Randolph got. We have this guy Spider. I don't know what he's doing. So I don't know. I'm actually wearing it. I wear it still. It's like the goldfish necklace. It's
Yeah.
pretty fire actually.
Just
it's
a
like
real-
a $1 Amazon thing.
Terrible day, especially for the unboxing series. I also sent you a love sack. You never fucking opened it. You put
Takes
it
up a lot of room. It's in my. It is in my apartment.
I know, because it's Kareem, right? He told me. Kareem?
Yeah, Kareem. It's there.
Yeah, he told me. What were you going to say? Go. You were about to say something.
I was about gonna say something.
Say
probably.
it.
Cam.
Oh yeah,
Cam
that was it.
Newton,
that was
bro.
it. That was it. No. When I did the catching video with Cam Newton, we went in the field and caught some passes.
I saw that. Yeah.
It was all right. It was good. I caught a nice streak, but they had me hold it because I was hanging out with Tanner Fox, who had just got confirmed for COVID, and Cam was about to announce and officially go to the Patriots. And I mean, it just sucks how quite literally he has COVID-19 now.
Change your bet for this weekend? I mean, what
Well, yeah,
what
I don't know what
happens?
they're gonna do with that. Well, they're saying they're playing on Tuesday now. Yeah, I mean, I think Jed Hoyer's gonna be the quarterback. I don't like him in Kansas City anymore.
They changed game day because of it, or
Yeah,
no?
yeah. They're supposed to play Sunday now. They're playing Tuesday, I believe.
Are you
shit.
banned from the NFL?
Yes, I'm banned from
That's dope.
NFL events.
That's
I mean,
cool.
he's put Roger Goodell's put me in handcuffs twice.
Unfucking real.
Twice.
Another one of your biggest beefs. Why
Oh,
don't you,
he's number one.
Explain that.
Goodell
explain
is
that story.
Goodell is A1.
Right.
So we're all Pats fans, big Brady guys. And when he got suspended, there was no evidence. Like, whether you think he did it or didn't do it, they never proved he came close to deflating footballs.
Talking about Deflategate.
Deflategate. So, like, if they do anything, we're going to have to do it. So they suspended him, me and 3 other guys.
Of your fucking fist.
Right.
Did you hear about his rumored upcoming fight by chance?
Nah, yeah, the AB one?
No, it goes deeper.
You were the AB one,
Yeah.
right?
I was the AB one.
There's a
yo,
I would have bet, by the way, all my money on AB versus you.
No fucking
all
way,
my money.
Dave. No
all
way.
my money.
Are
All my
you
money.
Yo,
I mean,
why?
Because he's a pro athlete
Yeah,
who's like fast as fuck.
But this is boxing. This is not a sport you
He's-
hop in.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're good
but
at.
if you're lightning quick, you're
Do you-
lightning quick.
Do you think he should have taken that fight? Because what happened? He got suspended, right? For
I
something else, and-
I don't have any idea on the finances. Someone was telling me the other day, I forget who's very like reputable. I'm like, no fucking way that they thought he was going to come back and sign a big NFL contract, which to me seems insane because I think he is insane.
He is.
But Depends. I mean, depends. I'm just going strictly on there's
Athleticism.
next level
Endurance,
athleticism.
athleticism.
Just like lightning speed.
No,
I mean, he's
no,
fucking lightning quick.
I think the dude. I think he should have taken the fight. I think
You're
I think
much
he's
bigger
cheesy.
than he
I think
is,
he's,
right?
I think yeah. I think
I mean, it would depend. If he's like, you're not going to hit me, I think he could make it so like you're not going to hit him because he's that quick.
Well, I've just been boxing for 2.5 years now. This, like I'm telling you, this is not a street
Oh,
fight.
I
This is
I don't
boxing. This is a
disagree with
sport.
that, but I think
And,
there's a
yo,
level of athleticism.
I clowned this dude trying to bait him into fighting
Saw
me
that.
because it would have been the best thing of his career, and he didn't do it. And not this morning. He fucking sends a DM to my boy's girlfriend.
Hi. He just
This
said
girlfriend.
hi.
He says hi. And yo,
Who
this
is your
this
fucking
is
girlfriend?
Lana Rhodes, right sitting right there.
Well, there we go. She's out there. Everyone's probably sending DMs.
Nah, but why it's ironic is because
Bad week.
Wasn't she just on us?
You know
Oh,
she has
she
a
was on
boyfriend.
Daddy. I saw
You
that.
know she has a boyfriend, and more so, this is the same guy who the "No White Women 2020" is his slogan. Like, what?
Really?
Why you not holding true? You about to tweet that, and then this is like the third white woman that I know personally that he slid in their DM. I was like, I'd still fucking fight this guy. On that note, the Supreme Athleticism. My brother's fighting Nate Robinson on November 28th, I believe. You know.
Of course. That's another guy I would say supreme athleticism. Now,
you think it'll? I bet $100,000 on Jake. So I hope to God.
when are they fighting?
November 28th. He's on the Tyson undercard.
Someone tried to get me to announce that.
You should. Maybe.
You're talking to Tyson Roy Jones?
Yeah.
Is Nate Robinson taking it seriously?
Supposedly they're
so. I mean,
training,
he
yeah.
That's the whole key. I assume your brother's taking it seriously.
Very, very
So
much
it's like if Nate Robinson's taking it seriously, I think your brother's in trouble. Because he's wildly athletic.
Dave, thanks for coming on. You guys want to follow him on Instagram? It's Stool Presidente. Presidente, is that the E at the end supposed to?
That was the only thing that was available.
Love
when
it,
I took
love it. Appreciate you,
That,
man.
by the way, the second pizza review is one of the best ones we've ever. Did you guys watch Succession?
This
Oh,
one
yeah.
here?
Great show.
Do you watch it?
Yeah.
This guy,
Great
Greg
fucking show.
the Egg, walks up with a mask on. It comes in like 2 minutes.
Oh, it's
No,
not
it's
this
not
one?
this one. You can watch it later. We have no idea who he is, and he's like a huge fan of Barstool. And Frankie's like, you know who you sound like? Greg the Egg. I'm like, who? He's like, Greg the Egg Succession. He's like, you like that show? We're like, yeah. Pulls his mask, and it's fucking Greg the
No
Egg.
way.
And then Bon Jovi
Bon
gets
Jovi,
out
I
of the
saw
car.
that.
Yeah, Bon Jovi's
It's
in it.
crazy.
It's fucking wild.
It's your
That's
world,
crazy.
man. We're
That's
just
Streets of
living
New
in
York.
it.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
This was awesome. Hit that subscribe button. We love you guys. We'll see you on the next episode of Impulsive. Take it easy, fam. Peace.
Life is a combination of two things, a certain amount of time and certain amount of energy. Time is rolling away. You do something, you don't do something, you're happy, you're unhappy, tick, 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 it's going away for all of us. It doesn't stop for any of us. We cannot say, today I didn't use it, let me roll it back. There's no such thing. Time is just rolling away. So the only thing that we can manage is our energy.
Hai bagă percuție. Am mașina plină de puicuții. Ia ziceți, fetelor.
I feel like we should start with just a deep breath because this is the biggest audience of Impulsive we've ever had. There's a lot of people here because the guest today is very, very special. So if everyone could join me in just a quick inhale and exhale, I feel like that really just help break the ice. Here we go. I'd love to start the episode, but I do hear a plane coming.
Hold for plane?
Maybe we could just wait till after that plane passes.
That will happen, bro. That will happen throughout the course of the day. We could probably go.
We can probably run it. All right. Welcome back to Impulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. That's the statistical fact. I know what you're thinking. Logan, you're not on your typical Impulsive set, and you're absolutely right. The backdrop behind me is probably not fooling you. And there's a good reason for that. We have a very, very special guest today. One of the biggest crowds we've had as well. There's got to be, 700 to 1,000 people.
Closer to the latter, I'd
Yeah,
say.
standing behind the cameras right now. Hit that subscribe button, guys. I'm going to say before this episode starts, take out a notepad. honestly, this could be one of the most impactful, impulsive episodes we've ever had with one of the most special guests we've ever had.